Great. I would like to welcome you all to the another exciting webinar by Digital Vidya. The topic for today's session is Open the Traffic Floodgates with the Perfect SEO Strategy. And for leading the session, we have Bala Subramaniam Ayaswamy to take us over through the topic. He is the Senior Product Marketing Manager at Mondovo. He has an accomplished sales expert. He is an accomplished sales expert with a creative digital marketing strategist with 10 plus years of experience of proven record of success in design and product development from conception to end-to-end user planning. He also has the ability to work effectively across organizations to identify needs and build customized trainings, processes, and solutions. He is currently working as product marketing manager at numerous startups, which also includes Mondovo. So over to you, Bala, and welcome on board.
Thank you very much over there, Divya. Okay, so let's kind of get started. I'm really excited. Welcome to the webinar, guys. You guys can hear me well, I suppose. Divya, my voice okay, right? My audio
Yes,
is
it is
okay.
fine. Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me in today's webinar. I wish each and everyone a very happy Diwali. My name is Bala, and I am the product marketing manager at Mondovo, and I personally welcome you all today. We have many people joining in today, I see across the world. Thank each and everyone for taking your time from your busy schedule, and of course, a special thanks to Digital Vidya for bringing us all together. Before we start, quick housekeeping notes. If you're new to GoToMeetings, it's very simple. You have the presentation in front of you, of course, and you have a widget to your right, and of course, it's got the chat, polls, and everything in it. We will do some polls. We'll also do some chat, and also we will kind of have the question and answer, which we'll kind of take it in the end. And so, without any wasting further time, let's kind of get started here. Right. Okay. The topic for today, Mondovo presents the cracking the Google code, open the traffic floodgates with this perfect SEO strategy. This webinar is basically going to debunk the myth SEO is hard and SEO is slow. Well, the truth is it's neither hard nor slow. It all boils down to the fact that we understanding Google's algorithm, understanding what Google actually wants and what is that we can give it to them quickly so that we are all in the same line. All right. So with that, let's kind of get started. Now, is this webinar for you? Well, this webinar is for you if you have ever dirtied your hands on SEO and got no results at all. If you or you could be a digital marketer, business owner, or a DIY specialist from any industry, or a person who is getting ready to dirty his or hands on SEO. To put it right, if you have never been able to 3x or 4x your website traffic using all the conventional SEO techniques, then you will find this session really interesting because I was there, my company was there, many of my friends were there. It was something we were all doing wrong, but eventually we understood that and then we corrected it and we formulated a process and a strategy around it, which started giving us phenomenal results in SEO. We thought we just share it all with you and blow your mind. Yes. What is going to blow your mind today? Well, we'll start looking into the secrets of what Google actually wants from you and from everybody. And with that, we'll also look into the secrets to how to give what Google actually wants. While doing so, I'll show you all the proven strategies, loads of real world examples, case studies, and of course, I'll also share a very practical action plan so that you can do this all by yourself. And if you're a GIF lover, then you are in for a special treat today. Don't worry, it won't distract you, but it'll keep you entertained for the next few minutes. Okay? All right. So before we start, let me show you with this new strategy what we have actually achieved so that you know what you could potentially get when you do this all by yourself. This is our site, mondovo.com. Mondovo is a digital marketing tool set, and that is the current growth graph of ours. And if you notice something, in this graph, we have gained all the traffic in the last 6 to 8 months. That too, just organically, purely through SEO. This is because we implemented the strategy on our site to confirm that this works for anyone in any industry and almost most importantly, share this data with you folks without any hesitation. Right now, to be exact, as of this morning, we are ranking for almost 14,000 keywords, which is driving a traffic, leads, and also sales. Now, our sales figures have shot up like never before. Okay, well, we could have got the same sales if we wanted by doing some adverts, but that would involve us to spend almost $24,000 on advertisement. But we saved it all together. Not a single penny we spent on ads, and that is the power of SEO and this strategy. Now, we are now ranking number one for various key terms that our potential customers look for. Like in this case, the first two spots for SEO proposal for few keywords, even taking up the answer box is dominating the first three spots in Google search and sweeping away all the traffic in. That's just not for the blog pages, but also for key product pages like Rank Tracker, long tail keywords with good search volume, number one ranking. Alternative to our competitors, there we are, number one ranking. And here another interesting case where we targeted a long-term keyword, something like what is the most asked question on Google? And with that, the right content and with this strategy, we literally overtook Time Magazine and even Google's own trends.google.com. And all this just not in one industry, but also across all the industries we targeted, like web design, photography, fashion, and many more. Oh yes, it is a true story and a story that is worth sharing to all your folks to see and replicate. And it's just not us, folks. And as I said before, we tested this on our client sites too. And this is exactly what happened. E-commerce fashion site in the US, number one ranking. A real estate agency in Europe, page one. From nowhere to page one ranking. Of course, e-commerce toy store in US, nowhere to page one ranking. Another big real estate client in India, Bangalore. It's always fun to work with big clients. As you know, you can test and retest most of the theories you have. And just in case if you're wondering, no, none of these numbers involve any shady tactics or any PBNs or any black hat strategy that will get you penalized by Google. These strategies work for any industries you are in, and it works for everybody. And yes, today I'm going to share it all with you folks, all of it. So stick around, fasten your seatbelt. I'm going to take you for a ride where I will reveal all the strategies that work for us and also help you executing these strategies. Plus, there is a big bonus for sticking around till the end. You see the sheet? In fact, I'm going to share this Excel sheet with you, which has all the strategies, steps, what to look for, and how long would it take, how to set the benchmarks, the expected outcomes, and how to measure your result. Isn't that cool, guys? Well, if you find cool, let's say it right now. Go ahead and type 5 in your chat and let us know that you are also excited about this webinar as I am. Yes, type 5 and give us an high five in your chat. Let's look at how many people are excited about this. Okay, right. I'm kind of looking into my chats over here. Okay, all right, good, good. All right, okay. Fantastic. I do see a lot of fights coming in. Very good. Thank you very much, guys. Okay, with that, let's kind of get started. All right. While you guys doing that, and some, I guess, still many fights are coming in, let's kind of talk about who we are. There are many folks in this webinar who are new, hearing about me and my company for the first time. So let me introduce to our family the right way. We are Mondovo. We are predominantly a technology-based company in India's Silicon Valley, Bangalore. We are here around for the last 15 years under a parent company called Maximizer Ventures, and and of course we have seen all the Google updates with our clients since then. Right, and we just love SEO. Our focus and niche is to help our customers grow online organically because we believe that it's by far the best ROI plan to fill your top funnel when compared to even AdWords or social media or any other particular plan. And it's all done by the tools and the services that we develop for our clients. Right? My name is Bala, and I'm an author, speaker, and growth consultant at Mondovo. I'll be the guy who will be sharing this entire journey, unraveling the secrets that we have discovered and show you the exact strategy, how we have achieved it. All right. Now, here's the deal, guys. If we can do it, you too can do it. You just have to understand why it truly works. Okay, so let's begin. Now, before I begin, let's do a quick rain check. Wow, I do see a lot of fives. That is so exciting. Good. Now let's have a small poll. Divya, can we have the first poll for our folks?
Sure.
All right. Let's see what's the first poll.
Yeah, so I've launched out the poll which says, do you think SEO is tough? And everyone needs to respond back to it. We have already received 50% of the responses, crossing 60 now, actually.
Very good. Okay. Oh God, we're seeing. Yes, it is tough. I have no idea, or some say it is easy. Definitely, it's tough. Oh my God, that's not what we want to say. It's not tough, guys. And that's almost like 80% of the time. 80% of the folks over here say it's either tough or they have no idea about. Once again, continuing with the questions. Do you think SEO is tough? It's almost we have about 80% of the folks saying that yes, it is tough, and they have no idea about. Right. Perfect. Not to worry, guys. It's neither tough, it's neither easy. It's going to be something, what we have to just understand what and how it works. So we'll just talk about that. Thank you very much, everybody who kind of participated with that. Let's kind of get continued here. And we saw the results, right? Yeah. Okay. I think
We
that's
did. Yes, we
yeah.
did.
Okay. All right. Thank you all. Now, of course, spotlight me. Yes. Good. Okay, the first secret to unlock your SEO floodgate is to understand what Google wants. Now, you take any successful product in the market, it is designed to solve a specific problem of its customers. So let's first understand what is that problem Google as a product solves. To answer this, we need to first understand what Google as a product does. Google is a complicated beast. We all know that. But when you break it down and understand what's the point of Google is, it's actually very simple. Match user queries with best possible answers, which means that when a user is asking something, Google wants to give the best possible answers to them. Now, the question is, what is the best possible answer according to Google? How does it quantify the user queries? Let's find that. Now that we know what Google does, let's understand what it wants. So let me explain, and this is very, very crucial. Listen to me very carefully. Google wants the best sites to come on top of the search results. Now, best sites are those which has the right ranking signals with them. And this gets even more interesting. According to Google, ranking signals are only present in authoritative sites. Guys, listen to it. Authoritative sites, which means that when a user types something in Google, Google will list that site which it considers as an authoritative site. Now, the $1,000,000 question we need to ask, what does Google consider as an authority? Right, let's find that too. There are three parts to unlocking it, unlocking the entire Google's algorithm. And we call that as the DBL authority triangle, because it consists of topical depth, topical breadth, and authority links. So let's break down what we mean by each of this. It's crucial that we understand it because each of this have their independent roles to play and also very interdependent to each other. All right, let's get into it. To understand what is topical depth, we need to go back to the year 2013. Right. In the year 2013, Google released an update called the Google Hummingbird. With Hummingbird, Google said they're going to do two things. First, instead of they looking into the searches on the individual keyword level, they were going to try to understand searches in terms of topics and user intent. Now, how does that go? Let's say I Google the word beach villas. All right. Now, I could mean anything: buying or renting a beach villa, hotels and beach villas, or holidays in beach villas, or even a place named beach villas. Right now, the moment I hit the search, Google want to cater results to all my intent. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now, the second thing that they want to try is to make a map of all the topics and subtopics in the world to understand content better. And it was an absolute new attempt by Google. And in fact, they said it in a release before they implemented with this: improving semantic topic clustering for search queries with word co-occurrence and bygraph hook clustering. And don't even worry, I've not even tried reading the rest. And that's what we had to decode. Luckily, we had industry experts who decoded it for us. Basically, in that Bumbo Jumbo article, Google said that they want to understand searches and content better. And if they are able to create a map of all the topics and subtopics in the world, they have a new way to understand how quality a page is, or how likely the page is to answer whatever the user has typed in. In a nutshell, understanding the topics in depth for each page of a website URL enables Google to give a better search results. So what do we do now? To get topical depth, just write long articles. Why? The more likely to fully answer the user queries, isn't it? That's what Google is looking for. Obviously, they do want to keep their customers happy, right? So that people like Mark using Google gets what he wants. It's not matter about the results are shown in the Jiffy app. And in fact, there are many case studies that have shown that when you write long articles, you tend to rank better. Yes, here's a case study from Brian Dean from Backlinko. He's a great guy. You should definitely follow his blog. Anyways, he analyzed various research results and found that articles with more than 1500 words tend to rank in the top positions in Google. And you see it very clearly in this graph. None of the top 10 is below 1700 keywords. And so now you understand the importance of writing long articles or blog or a resource page for your site, right? Then of course there is a major bonus too. When you write long article, you won't just rank for one keyword, you will start ranking for tons of keywords, because you know why? Like what I said right now, Google cares more about the topic than the keyword itself. Here are some live examples which I would like to present. This is one of the page where I was talking a few minutes back. Remember where I said we are trying Time Magazine, Google Trends, the most asked question on Google? Well, we targeted one long tail keyword, and of course we ranked for it. But we also ended up ranking for 621 more keywords, and it is still growing. And all we did is to create an epic long article on that topic. We literally shook our database, listed almost 1,000 question type keywords. How, what, is, where, when, why, everything around the questions, and ranked them by search volume. And that's it. It was the list of the most asked questions by the people in the world. And no one in the industry, including Google, has listed this information. And we gave them all out. Then boom, 621 keywords, and it's still growing and also beating the top websites in the world. And all these keywords, phrases, have very good search volumes. And our website has its traffic from all these keywords. I would say definitely you need to check that particular article. Very interesting. Anyways, to summarize, write long articles, but it's not enough to become an authority by just writing one long article. Google is also looking for topical breadth. I understand that you may want to ask me a question right now. Okay, Bala, long article is fine, but what topics, what keywords to choose to write, or where do I find it? I'm into e-commerce business. How do I write long articles there? Don't worry, I'm going to answer to all these questions in a few minutes. But before that, let's look into the topical breadth now. Okay, let me clear it. To get ranking signals for our website, it has to be an authoritative site. Having topical depth is one sign to get rank signals and authority. Similarly is the topical breadth. So what needs to be done here? Google wants to see that you are covering as many topics as you can within your niche. As an example, say you're an SEO expert. You could write a long epic article content about a piece about SEO, but you may also want to consider writing long articles on keyword research, on-page SEO, link building, citation building, etc., etc. Google will automatically consider you as an authority and rank you high. And that's a very important point. I know many clients come to me and say, Bala, you know what, we have two epic articles or blog pieces in my website. I've spent a fortune in buying a DA60 link, but I don't see any link or traffic coming inside to my website. Well, you're not getting traffic because you didn't give what Google is still asking for, which means you need to write more content, and that's the only way to kind of get it, right? So what we understand is write long articles covering all the topics in your niche. And of course, this is good for many reasons, because it's good for Google. They trust you as an authority. Plus, the bonus side effect is the more content you add, the more chances for you to get the indexed traffic and leads. Yes, guys, I said leads. Let me show you another case study. This is a case study from HubSpot. I'm sure many people know about that company. The more the blog posts they posted, the more the inbound traffic they started seeing. And just not that. In this graph, you see that the more the blog posts they posted, the more the inbound leads they got. Which is why we are all doing this, isn't it? What we will do with just traffic, we need that traffic converting to leads, and that leads need to get converted into sales. Isn't that why we are into this business, right? So that's exactly what happens. So let's again summarize. You got to write long articles covering a variety of topics, and you become an authoritative in your niche. Okay, is that easy? It's easily said than done, right? The key question is, how do you find a variety of topics to write? We'll discuss that too in a minute. But will having content alone lead to rankings? No. That's why you need the third and the final authority factor, authority links. As the name suggests, if you want to attain complete authority, we would have to have links. Now, here's a case study from Backlinko again. More the number of referring domains to your website, better the Google push. This clearly says links are still a major ranking factor, and they aren't going anywhere anytime soon. And we have heard dime a dozen times from all the experts, so I will not bore you with that. More the links we have, the more the ranking signals. However, we have to be careful when building links. Google has become smarter and it can recognize spammy links. But in the recent update, it said that they're going to ignore it, which makes it even more harder because we do not know whether what we're doing is right or wrong. Okay, so let's break it down. And I'm sorry if I'm going very fast because I have lots and lots of things to cover. Right? Okay, let's summarize everything. That's why I keep summarizing so that we are in the point. And to answer your first secret, right? What Google wants, it needs three things: topical depth. You write long content that dives deep into the topic. Then you go to topical breadth. You write content that covers a variety of topic in your niche. Then you need the authority links, which help you build diversified, natural, high quality links for your content. All right. And with this, your site gets the ranking signals and becomes authoritative and starts ranking for all the targeted terms. And that's why we call it as a DBL authority triangle. Okay. So put it in one sentence. Write long articles covering a variety of topic and build a diverse profile of links. All right, very good. Now that we know the instructions, can we do it by all ourselves? Well, we can definitely create a great strategy, and of course a smarter one. Since that now you know what exactly Google wants, we'll talk about how to give what Google wants in the next secret. All right, okay. The second and the final secret to unlock your SEO floodgate is to understand how to give what Google wants. Before I start, let's run our second poll. Can we have the second poll, please?
Launching out right now. Here we are. So do you follow a defined strategy for your SEO? The answer is yes or a no. We have received, well, 20% of the responses.
All right, that's almost 80%. 77 say no, I need help. 25 say a defined strategy works, which is fantastic. 23, so almost 84, 85% has voted. All right, so we kind of take that. So you can see that 77% says no, they need help, and 23% says yes, I follow a defined strategy, and it actually works. So you kind of get this very well. If you follow a defined strategy, it will work. And if you do not have a strategy, don't worry, I'm here to help you with one. All right. In fact, not one, two. All right. Anyways, we'll talk about that. Let's dive in again. Okay. Yeah. So we are okay. We kind of skipped it too. All right. When it comes to planning and execution, well, it's all about the strategy, right? And that's what is going to make or break everything. We know that from secret one that we need to do two things: build a lot of in-depth content and build links for them. Like I said, it is easily said than done. I understand that there is a lot of work that goes behind it without much overthinking, right? Let me just share you two smart and effective strategies that answers all your questions you had so far. These are those strategies that work for us and our clients, so I'm sharing the exact recipes. Right now, let me make it very clear before that. you might have a better way to tackle these hurdles, because a known battleground is much better than an unknown. But no matter what it is, you have to keep the focus on this. If you want to dominate the Google's ranking, you have to become an authoritative site, because that's what Google wants. And with that, let's keep the focus clear. Okay, so what you can do now, you see, SEO primarily revolves around only just two strategies. One, either you optimize your existing content, or you can create a new content. Only these two things you can do in SEO. Right. Now we know that the game of SEO is all about keywords and researches. All right. So let's kind of put things together. To optimize your existing content, let's focus on keywords that you're already targeting. And the place where you need to create new content, let's focus on the keywords that you're not targeting but your competitors do. With this funda, let's kind of go to the next one where we start a research. Right. Now, keywords you are already targeting. That's what we want to focus first. Now, of course, there are multiple ways, various ways to find this, but I'll show you the way we do it. All right. And we call this as the gold mine strategy. All right. Now, you find all your golden hidden gold mines over here in the strategy. Let me explain. The organic click-through rate by search positions is only in the first three positions. We all know that, right? Now, anything below that is equal to nothing if you're looking for traffic. But that doesn't mean that you're doing a bad job for Google. Let me explain you that. Now, your website is indexed for keywords in some context, right? But if you're just not in the top 1% to see the traffic coming into your site, that doesn't mean that you have done a bad job with Google. If any of your site URL is ranking in for any keyword from 1 to 100 position in Google, that means you are already a potential authority for Google, but you just didn't give what they wanted yet. All right. So we take this as an advantage for us and dig further. I'll tell you the strategy in the most simplest way possible. So you can make a note of it. Any wishes, you'll get that into the Excel sheet at the end, but I'll kind of give it in the brief. Find all the keywords and the URL ranking in Google from position 4 to 70 of your website. All right. Note the URLs that's ranking already. Put them into an Excel sheet. Map those URLs with priority keywords that is already in that particular range. And when I say priority keywords, guys, priority keywords are nothing but those keywords that has good search volume and has the right customer intent for your products and services. I presume you guys know that. All right. And once you're done with that, just optimize those pages and URLs and get backlinks with those keywords that you're trying to rank in the URL. All right. Now, that's it. That's pretty much done. Now, you may ask, like, you said so many things right now. What's keyword mapping in this? Let me explain you that too. Now, pull out an Excel sheet like this and list all the keywords and the URL you're ranking between 4 to 70, like I said. All right. It's kind of easier to track the URL that you are optimizing and getting backlinks. I say again, priority keywords, because there will be many junk keywords that you would be ranking, which you may want to ignore, and just focus on the keywords that matters to your business and customer intent. All right. So by doing this, you just give Google a couple of more reasons to rank you up. Remember the DPL authority triangle we saw a few minutes back? You just gave topical depth and authority links for all your existing URL, right? And topical depth because you're optimizing the existing content further, and authority link because you are building links for those exact URL, right? And to answer your questions, in fact, how am I going to do the research? Well, this time you didn't do the research. In fact, Google did the research for you. All you have to do is look into the right place and research and get those particular keywords. You guys getting my point? Well, now the question I always get here at this point is, Bala, how do I find all the URLs and keywords that is ranking in Google? I have no idea which keyword I'm actually ranking for. How do I find it? Well, true, you can never know this all by yourself in any way, right? That's why you need a tool to help you out with this, right? Now, of course, you can use any tool that you are currently using, or you can also try Mondover's competitor keywords tool. Right. Now, this is a very simple and very powerful tool of Mondover. All you have to do is put your site's URL, domain name in the search bar and choose the country you're targeting and hit search. That's it. all the keywords and the URL of your website is listed here with their current position, search volume of each keyword for the location you selected. Trust me, you'll be surprised by the amount of keywords you're already ranking which you didn't even know about, and this tool just gives it energy for you. Anyway, so what do you do with this data? Right, you filter them left and right. There are various filter options you have, and you would just do filter by current position. And of course, we are focusing on the keywords in the URL ranking between the position 4 and 17 Google, right? And then you filter further until you find the priority keywords that you want to target. And when I say priority keywords, I mean the words which has a word count more than 2, good search volume, and low CPC. I'm going to again presume that you guys already know about what is it, right? And once filtered, export the sheet, and voila, you have the sheet ready to give it to your SEO folks to work upon, or you can start working upon it by yourself. Okay, it's simple enough, right? There's no rocket science here. Okay, so with this gold mine strategy, we guarantee you and bet that you will jump quicker in ranking. This is the exact strategy we used for our site and our clients to show SEO results that comes faster. Like I said before, you just assured Google and gave what it wants. You become more authoritative from being a potential authoritative. Cool, right? Anyway, so, okay, let me again clear it. To get ranking signals, all right? Now, many people kind of ask, ranking signals, how do I build backlinks? I'm going to tell you that if you want me to talk about backlinks, I would need another webinar, which is more than an hour to talk about it. So I'm just going to skip that thing over here and presume that you have multiple resources in Google to find how or what are the ways to kind of do backlinks. So I'll leave it to you guys to kind of find that. But let's kind of stick into the crux of the strategy and move on to that particular thing. All right, fantastic. Okay. So now that we have seen the strategy that works for the keywords that you're already ranking, what about the keywords that you're not targeting? Say you are a new website and you don't have any ranking at all. What do you do then? Again, there are various ways to find this. I'll show you the easy way that we find it for our clients. Are you guys ready? And we call this the fill the gaps strategy. All right. Now, when you have to create new content with new keywords, don't start from the scratch like keyword research and so on, like what everybody kind of says. Instead, just focus on all the keywords your competitors are already focusing. It's easier and they've already done the research for you. All you have to do is to find the right way to kind of go and get those keywords, right? So again, I'll try explaining this entire strategy in the most simplest way possible, right? Of course, you have a step-by-step instruction, but let me put it in the easy way. Now, understand this, guys. Your competitors are your best guides, and all you have to do is to find the keyword that they are already targeting, but you are not. When I say you, not you, what I'm trying to say is we need those keywords that your site URL is nowhere in the radar in Google for those keywords. Why? We are trying to cover the topical breadth and depth from the DBL triangle. Remember, that's what Google wants. So list all the keywords by demand. When I say demand, it means by priority keywords, good search volume and with the right intent. And with that, now create long and multiple articles on them and build link. That's it. You are done. Right. So I'll say it once again, find keywords that your competitors are targeting, but not you, and then create long and multiple articles or resource page or dedicated pages that you want. You're pretty much done. Right. Now, let me quickly have some water here. Okay. So with that, once again, you have created those content. You pretty much have converted or covered the topical depth, topical breadth of your site, and also of course the authority link. I know I said it so easily, but is it that easy to do, as I say? Well, I would say yes, it is, because again, I'm saying you are not doing the research. Research is the toughest part. The research has already been done by somebody else. We are just trying to model that particular research. The key is finding that particular data. Right. Okay. So how do you find these keywords that I'm not targeting, but my competitors are targeting? How do I find these keywords? Again, for that, you can use any tool that you're currently using, or of course, you can use Mondo's keyword gap analysis tool. Call me biased here, but This is the best tool out there to get this information. Why? Because of its simplicity. See here, here's an example. Just enter your competitor's domain name, and in the exclude option, just enter your domain name there. And that's it. Choose the country you target and then run the report. In this example, we try doing it for booking.com competing with expedia.com. All right, let's look into the results. You will see all the keywords expedia.com is ranking, but not booking.com. Once you have the data, filter them further, just like you did in the last time. Then maybe you know just remove the brand names and other stuff which you want to kind of ignore and filter down with the word counts. And what you will find is a good picture of what you really want to target and write content about. In this case, we can clearly see that Booking.com is missing a huge opportunity for the key terms Disney and everything around it. Booking.com can create a dedicated page for Disney and put all the hotels around it, and they'll immediately start ranking it. But it's a missed opportunity. You immediately find it. Now, imagine if I can find something so easily with Booking.com, with your site, how much you can find it. Now, that's the key, right? How you're going to find the data, right? If you're able to kind of do that, we are in the best places. All right. So once done, repeat the same with other competitors and export the data and create content on these topics and proceed on. Okay. So again, like, and I want to kind of make it one thing clear. When I say create content on those topics, make sure that you have these tips in mind. Create content which can be a blog, resource guide, or resource pages which are at least 2,000 plus in words, because that takes care of content depth. Make sure that you have a downloadable asset in to capture the leads, because there's a high probability that when you have a long content, your users may want to grab a snippet or whatever you're seeing in form of a PDF or a worksheet. So make sure you have that too. And definitely make sure that you're optimizing those pages for SEO, and do the interlinking of all the blogs also to your sales page, so that traffic is dedicated more to the leads and sales from the content that you produce. Okay. All right. So do you see how these two strategies uncover all the missed opportunities? Then you just have given what Google is looking for, and you start ranking immediately for your key terms. These two strategies cover topical depth, topical breadth, and authoritative links. All right. I guess you guys are pretty much clear on that particular area. And so I would like to kind of give a detailed plan over the webinar itself. But since we are running out of time in this, so what I have is in the sheet which I'll be sharing at the end, there is a step-by-step process on how you can implement this whole strategy in 3 months time, and where you can start seeing the results. It's all about doing it in the first 3 months and repeating. In the fourth one, you start repeating in the thing, because now you'll have something more to do. That's how it kind of goes. And I've given an entire clear instructions on that sheet, which I'll be sharing in a few minutes. All right. So that's how you are going to be unlocking the SEO floodgates. I want to give you another example, an interesting example. In fact, I told you one of the article which for in our case, our potential audience can look for the SEO proposals, right? So we wrote a detailed SEO proposal template for our clients. Okay, in fact, a very detailed, long article, and this particular article has many downloadable assets. Of course, you can download the proposal. Long article going in depth about everything a client would require, and of course there is a SEO calculator at the end. Very, very, very in-depth article. Now, what has happened is, of course, I would need, like I said, I would need supporting articles for that too, right? So we wrote many more supporting articles for that, again, which is super long. We combined various other proposals, and of course gave our proposals along with that, and did all the interlinkings, and everything happened. You know what happened with the results? You'll be surprised. We just got about 15 to 16 links, backlinks, but solid backlinks. All right, that's from the referring domains. What you see is 16, which is like basically I would consider that. I would say we got only 16 backlinks. Maybe the backlinks number would be different, but I always kind of look into the referring domain side of it. 16, solid 16 we kind of got. What it gave. In the last 90 days, almost 4,000 folks visited that particular page. 4,000. Okay, and what that 4,000 did to us, here's it. Now I said there are two content assets that can be downloaded, right? One is, of course, the SEO download proposal and then the download calculator. You see the numbers there, 2535, 210. That's the number of leads that we kind of got. Almost 2,800 leads from 4,000 folks who has come in. And what we did, just long article where focusing upon the right intent of the customer. And if you're able to do that, you get the leads that the way you want it when you satisfy the DB authority triangle. All right. And just not this, like the one which I told you about the 1,000 most questions and other stuff. In fact, it was being picked up by Wired magazine. I don't know how many people know about Vsauce. Great channel. They talk about great science and other experiments. Okay, see Vsauce 1, 2, and 3. You know, the 1,000 questions what we listed, these guys picked up the top 100 questions and they answered all the 100 questions, which was super cool. And just not them, we actually created a page like what is 1,000 most asked or 50 most asked question about space and other stuff. And NASA actually picked up those particular lists and they actually answered everything. Pretty cool. You can see that they have even created us for the questions. And in fact, we also have some movies. Like, I don't know how many people have seen the Last Pacific Rim. We kind of created a list of all the most Google kaiju questions, and these guys literally answer all those particular questions. And my point is, this is exactly what happens, right? When you have the right strategy, you get picked up by the right people. You don't have to run around for backlinks. People, big people can come to you. All right. All you have to do is follow the right strategy and go proceed on with that. All right. Now, in case if you're wondering, like, I don't have any tool, Bala, to kind of do it, you don't have to worry. In fact, you can actually try using Mondovo. Mondovo has got about 6 tracking tools, like, it's got Rank Tracker, one of the best rank tracker, and it's got about 15 research tools. Anything that you want around SEO, you can actually do it. Of course, you have the plans, but like I said, you can pretty much do the same thing with any of the tools that you're already using also. But here's something that you can assist and you can kind of get the results that you want, right? Now, here's what, like I promised, we also have Salman who's assisting me. Salman, can you please share this particular link, or Divya, if she has, please share this link with all the folks. This is the place where they can actually access all that strategy process, step-by-step, monthly, places where they can actually do it all by themselves. This is the sheet. Please share this link with them. And guys, you can actually go take that. And if you have any questions, do reach out to me. bala@mondovo.com, or you can come to Mondovo. Any of the chat channels comes and opens to me, so you can put a question. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. All right. I hope that has been shared with everybody. Divya, has been shared?
Yes, I have shared just now.
All right. Okay. Okay, so if anybody has a problem with that, do let us know in chat, and we'll be happy to kind of do it. So send them separately. Of course, they will be getting it over email or from the page itself. All right, with we giving a tribute to Stanley. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this particular session. I'm all open for question and answer. Let me know what you guys think about it.
Thank you, Bala. If you have any questions. Yes, we are opening up the round for questions. Guys, put in your questions in the question section on the right-hand side. We read out all your questions for you. And if you are interested in a digital marketing course, select a yes, or if you are already a participant, you can select that you are already a participant in the poll while we are. We have got some questions around the recording and the presentation. Yes, we'll share up the recording, the presentation along with the sheet access with you over an email. Expect an email from us by next Tuesday. And we got the first question from Yash. He wants to know does Mondovo has a free or freemium version for the same?
Yes, of course. You can actually sign up with Mondovo and you get a $3 free trial for 7 days. And trust me, in $3 you can almost run all the 15 reports. It's the reports just cost you cents. So, which is our particular way of helping all the SEO folks to go and try all the reports. So yes, 7 days trial, $3 trial. You can get to use anything that you want. Yes.
Super. Next question is by Alind. He wants to check in what happens if someone copies a blog or an article from some other blog. Is there chances that he or she can rank above the original one?
My answer to that is surprisingly yes. We kind of talk about, you shouldn't talk. I mean, Google kind of penalizes and other stuff. But let me tell you, some of the examples have shown me that if someone has copied it, and if he has done a great job in working on the DBL, say, excuse me, if he has built right links and if he has given a variety of topics within the topic that he has copied from you, there is a higher chance that he will rank. And so the only way to beat it is to keep your game up. Always keep going up. If you've written something, keep writing more. Keep building links. I think that's the only way to be on top of this game.
Great. Rina wants to check in regarding what about e-commerce sites which do not have too much of content or blogs to be written about. How can they optimize it?
Well, there isn't any. And thanks for the questions, by the way, guys. For the e-commerce sites, I always get this question like, how do we kind of create content? But the only answer what I kind of tell them is, you don't have to write, in the product description, everyone tries to kind of put a lot of content inside it. No, that's not the right way to do it. When we say you got to build the right thing, write something for the audience in your e-commerce site itself. If you're trying to sell a product, well, what is that product exactly does for the user? Talk about that. Your intent should not be asking people to buy the product. Your intent should be helping the people to use the product that you're trying to sell. And if you can build your foundation on it, you say you from your blog side or any other particular side of it, I'm pretty much sure you can take an advantage on it. And many e-commerce sites, we have done it in that particular way. It worked fantastically well for us.
Super. Moving to next question by Hardik. He wants to know, does Black Hat SEO still works? He has seen some websites which were using Black Hat SEO, and they are still ranking on Google's first page.
Um, Honestly, answering to that question, yes, Black Hat does work, but I'm not going to say that officially. I would say that you go by White Hat. You never know when Google catches that up, right? You may be number one. Yes, you can try. I've seen in fact, we did some experiments in our particular stuff itself. We tried doing it. We did rank, but then we had to kind of pull it out because we had a higher chance of risking all our other properties. So I would say yes, you will rank, but nobody can guarantee you. And when you lose everything. So I wouldn't kind of suggest that at all. But yes, it does work.
Thank you. Next question is by Satyajit. He is saying that if even the users can see, even the competitors can see our keywords and find about them, how can we ensure that our articles are better than theirs?
Unfortunately, that's not possible, right? We are in the world where we want to do a global business. So we have to kind of open up to everything. And so everything get opened. So there isn't any particular way to block it, but then only way is if you're going to be consistent and if you're if you know your game, you're going to be always consistent, and that's the only way to kind of win. So there isn't any particular way we can block what our competitors can see or not see. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is by Harjot. If a particular page of the website is ranking on the third position, how should I actually make an audit, or what steps should I follow to make sure that it ranks on the first?
Very tough spot there, right? Yes, somewhere when you are in the top three position, it's always kind of tough to kind of bring it to the first particular position there. But what I suggest is stick on to updating the content and the building on backlinks. That's something what we have seen. I'll tell you, for the most asked questions, when we tried ranking it, we were in the second or third page. Then when we kept on updating the content, built backlinks. At one point of time, we stopped updating the content. We just built backlinks and solid backlinks. I'm not talking about you're looking at DA20, DA30 site and other stuff and all. I'm talking about sites where you're getting people clicking and engaging in your particular content. When that happens, I would say, there's another interesting article which I want to kind of tell you guys. I showed you two stuffs in my example. One is SEO proposal and 10 different proposals from all the other websites. Interestingly, we kind of cannibalized our own article because the engagement rate in the second article which we wrote went up because there were so many things to click, so many things to download and things like that. Google starts noticing that and then it starts pushing things up. So I would say if you are in the third, the fourth or fifth position, make sure that you have something for the user to play around over there. More and more engagement happens, there's a high chance that you will be actually coming up. But yes, keep building content and backlinks as you can kind of keep doing that. Hope that answers the question.
Next question is by Amit. He is asking, what if we are working on a very niche space and one's product is relatively unknown and doesn't really have much competition?
I'm sorry, I didn't get the question. You're in a niche area and then what?
And the product isn't really known to the audience and doesn't really have much competition. So what kind of strategy should they follow?
I'll honestly say that, in that particular case, I wouldn't go with SEO. Right now, SEO is not necessarily required that it'll work for everybody in every particular condition. If your product is new, nobody's searching even for that particular stuff. Don't waste your time on it. The time and effort or the money that you're going to put on that, instead put on the ads. Let people know about it. Social media is and your only key for that. Let people know about it. And then once you kind of create the awareness, then come to SEO and do it. I wouldn't suggest SEO at all for those folks.
Thank you. Veena has another question. Can we write the same topic from news with their source link and it will be helpful for us?
I'm not sure if I got the question.
Veena wants to know if we can write some topics which are picked up from the news websites and the data is also picked out from them and we can give the linking to the website. Will that be helpful or what strategy should we follow in such case?
No, of course, if you're going to pick up the news, that means you're trying to hit on the trends. Now, if you're going to be hit on the trends, I would advise that you already have some leverage already with your particular site, and of course, do AMP, mobile optimization, keep on those particular things ready. If you have those things set, there is a good chance that you would be picked up. But then, I don't know how many people have read the recent Brian Dean's Skyscraper Technique 2.0. He pretty much talks on that particular thing, talking a lot about the user intents and the UI of whatever you're going to be writing. It gives you a leverage on it. But if you do not have anything as a base for a site, it's going to be tough. But keep trying. You never know. And I'll say Google is sometimes crazy. Sites with nothing, sometimes they kind of see it on the top. But when we kind of research it, something which always connects the dot, which says either the backlink or they have literally understood the UI or they know how to kind of interact with the user. Those kind of points or brownie points kind of give them the place to be on the top. So that's how I'll kind of answer that question.
Thank you. Loveleen has just started up a B2B business, and
okay.
What strategy should she follow? Because she has very limited content and is really an ad agency.
All right. Now, if you're a new business, I would highly recommend not to go for SEO. Yeah. So, go with social media, go with AdWords, LinkedIn, all the social media, validate your product, validate your business, then come to SEO. If you know that, and I would say AdWords because you would kind of get the kind of keywords that you want to target in 3 to 4 months, and then you kind of will know whether you need to kind of go to SEO or not. You start working upon SEO, it's going to take time. You do not know whether it's the SEO not working or is the product not working. You will be confused in that particular step. So don't ever start an SEO, just kind of get into social media. LinkedIn works if it is a B2B side of it. Definitely check out their particular platform. Quora is doing really great, and go ahead and explore those. the last thing what you want to do is SEO. Thank you.
Thank you. Bhuvneshwar is asking about what should be the ideal word count of a blog.
Like I said, 1,700 is the industry average. I would say don't go below 2,000. Keep a range. Whenever you're going to write a blog, set a target. 2,000 is what I'll hit, and hit it. You never know what will kind of get you. So keep it on 2,000 and keep hitting there.
I think thank you so much. I think we are done with most of the questions. Yes, we have completed all, and yeah, I
Fantastic.
think
Thank you very much, guys, for all the questions. Very interesting question. I really appreciate it. I hope I answered all your questions there. But if you have any more, do let me know, or of course, Divya know, and we'll be happy to answer them there.
thank you so much, Bala. Thank you everyone for joining into the session and being such an interactive audience, as well as the presentation was really great. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Bye.